Rain falling here at game time as it's time for baseball at Petco Park in San Diego. Today, it's game 2 of a 3-game weekend set between the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. 2 great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Stephen Wright is on the mound for game 2. Harold, what do you got?
Well, last outing, Matt, not very good outing for him at all. He only lasted 1 inning. The stuff wasn't there. He wasn't able to execute. But the best thing that happened, he got a no decision. So now this game, let's see if he's able to give the team some length, throw the ball like he's capable of, and maybe walk away with the W.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He will lead this one off today. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. These Padres, Harold, as they take the field this afternoon, they've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Well, Matt, it's nice to wake up in a day game and know your ace is going to be on the mound. It's just one of those win days. Seems like you got to the park early, and before you know it, the game's going to be over and you're going to have a W.
That pitch was so slow it barely registered on the radar gun.
Yeah, Matt, we don't see too many pitches crawling to the plate like that, especially these days. That can be a really tough pitch for a hitter to wait back on.
Jankowski is there, and he has it for the out. And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. H, what are they going to have to do to force a rubber match in this series?
But I'll tell you what, this is one of those pitcher's parks you come in, you go, uh-oh, I could be 0 for 15 if I don't execute. And how do you execute in a pitcher's park? They throw you outside, take that base hit to right field. Don't try to do too much. You do what he gives you, you take what he gives you, and you move on.
First offering on its way. Popped high in the air. Calling for it, Myers. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 9, Brandon Belt.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And set up behind the plate, Rusty Valentine, as you see the rest of the umpiring crew for this one.
Matt, my man, Rusty Valentine. I just like saying the name, Rusty Valentine. Okay, I'm supposed to talk about what he calls. Look, he's a little accurate on the corners. He's not going to give me much, but he's accurate. But if you go up and down, you might get some calls.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Giants are down 1-2-3. A 0 for the Giants to start. Padres coming up next. You're watching. Kris Stratton, the Mississippi native, will be on the mound in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Matt, last game he gave up 6 earned runs. So this game, obviously, if he can cut it in half to 3 earned runs, it's going to be an improvement on his performance. So let's see how he executes early in the game.
With a moment here in downtown San Diego, we'll look at the Padres starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, keep an eye on the dynamic abilities of Wil Myers. This guy knows how to drive in runs. Had over 25 runs batted in last month. You've got to pay attention to how he goes about it. Ground balls, fly balls, home runs, any way to drive in a run. And that's what he's doing. He tries to have a major impact on every game he plays in.
Now at the plate, Alex Murillo. He comes in currently second on the team in home runs. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
That was terrific. You always hear keep your hands inside the baseball. That's a perfect example. The ball was in and he took it back up the middle. You can't do that if you don't keep your hands inside the baseball.
So stepping in, Wil Myers. And what a season he's having. Entering play, leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. Harold Reynolds, this Giants team, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Well, Matt, they just didn't play well in the opener of this series. I mean, they got blown out. Entertaining game if you like offense, but for them, they didn't play very well. Matt, I really thought they were going to pitch around him here, but now you got an 0-2 count. He swung at a couple balls that weren't good pitches. Maybe you decide now, well, let's be aggressive and go after him.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And the 0-2 here is fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. The 0-2 once more. And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. Oh, and he can't reel it in out there. 2 out here and a runner at second. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run. A 2-run home run off the bat of Will Myers. One shy of the magic number now. 49 home runs thus far, and the Padres have taken a 2-0 lead. What a blast that was. So here it is again, accompanied by show track. Great exit velocity, and the projected distance comes back at over 470 feet. An impressive thing to watch when it happened, and even more impressive to quantify with the numbers. At the plate, Hunter Renfroe, currently with the third best home run total on the ball club.
Renfroe.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Popped up, calling for it, LeMahieu, and that retires the side. The Padres get a couple of runs in the inning on the 2-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 2-0 San Diego. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. 22 home runs on the ledger for him so far this year.
Brandon Crawford.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. The 0-1 pitch. And he's fit to be tied after that one. It's 0-2.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Time now for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Padres. And I'm looking at Will Myers playing first base. Yes, first base. Now, I know he came up as an outfielder, but, man, has he become a pretty good defender at first base. I love his actions. I love how he moves, and he's pretty graceful over there.
Ooh, and he finds his spot there, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't fall for the same location over and over and over.
Throw on to first is in time to get Sandoval, and there are 2 gone now.
The catcher, number 28. Buster.
Striding in for his first at-bat, Buster Posey. And we'll see if he can get out of this little dry spell he's stuck in. Not much offensively coming from him lately. In there, strike 1. Swing and a liner. And a fair ball as this will head out toward the 322 sign in right.
Well, this is the 6th hitter he faces. He finally gives up a hit, but, man, he's looking sharp today. I think he's going to have a good game.
The left fielder, number 5, Alex Gordon.
Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a curveball that time that broke too low.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball is coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
In the dirt. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch. Oh no, that screaming comebacker nailed him. Great support from his infield, though, as that's the 3rd out. Weird way to end the inning. 1 left for San Francisco. They're down 2-0. Coming to the plate now, Yonhervis Solarte. And he enters play today, currently 5th in the National League batting race. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And no one will track it down. The windup and the 0-1. Bat explodes as this is popped up. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2.
Decided to go with a fastball there on 0-2, but what he's trying to do with that pitch is to expand the strike zone. Maybe you get a guy to offer at it, but at the very least, it helps set up your off-speed state.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
All right, time for majestic defensive alignment for the Giants. And I'm looking down there at Brandon Belt. You know, this guy has really solidified himself in the middle of the Giants' order. You weren't sure how he was going to hit, but one thing you did know, he was going to be able to defend. And that defense is one of the best in the league because of Brandon Belt.
That's down the left side. Will Gordon have a play? No, it's a foul ball. 1 out, nobody on. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. That misses. 1-2. This is line to left. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Well, for a switch hitter to take the pitch and hit it the other way, whether it's a fastball, changeup, or curveball, that is a lot of work and dedication from both sides of the plate.
Now at the plate, Jose Rondon. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Hit down the third base line, but a foul ball here. 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Pence coming on, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass.
7 games. Hey, that's 1 week of swing bat pretty good. He's comfortable right now.
The pitcher, Stephen Wright, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. But this is speared by the first baseman.
Now batting.
Ready for another chance? Carlos Asuaje. 2's all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course here in inning number 2. Now a ball popped up, but room and foul ground for the catcher Posey. And he will make the play back there. And Padres leave a pair. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Drilled to the left side. Rondon from deep in the hole. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. So with one gone, time for our look at the current standings. As you can see, these guys really have a comfortable lead in the division race to this point in the season. Coming to the plate now, Kris Stratton. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Knuckleball there, but it dances outside. Ball one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss at a ball down. Here it comes on 1-1. Oh, had a hanger that time, but missed it. 1-2. Bases are empty, one man out. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Here's another 1-2. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. Digging in to try it again, DJ LeMahieu. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Swing and a line drive, but foul. 2 out, nobody on. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-2. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Jankowski is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Digging in at the plate is Travis Jankowski. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Travis Jankowski.
First pitch is a slider called for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it.
The lineup top to bottom looks like they have no approach or game plan whatsoever. It's like they're deciding to swing before the pitch is even coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Crawford's got it. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, Alex Murillo.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Alex Murillo. The pitch. This one's down to third. And a base hit as that's into left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
You talk about a free swinger. First pitch, and he hits a ball that's down and away and gets a base hit. Man, that's not what I'm looking for first pitch, but I got to tip my cap to him. He executed it.
First things first, here's a throw over, and he'll dive back in safely. And another throw over, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. Here's Will Myers. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, his second home run of the game, as the Padres have stretched their lead now 4-0.
Home runs. That's not a big year. That's a huge year. That's select company right there. Rare air. Not many guys are reaching the 50 homer mark. That's an impressive number.
Stepping in now, Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe.
Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. He popped out in his first trip. Oh, this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a two-run shot, but that at-bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
First pitch of the at-bat. Sends that one out of play for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Backhanded. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. But 2 come across to score in the inning courtesy of this 2-run home run. We played 3 full. It's now 4-0 San Diego. With Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian as Hunter Pence digs in to get the inning started.
Hunter Pence.
First pitch on its way. A swing and a miss. He's behind the big curveball.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set your...
Oh, it's off the third base bag. That gets through, and he'll start the inning off with a base hit. Running hard, he's digging for second. And they won't get an out from this as he's able to reach on a play that you just don't see very often. Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First offering on its way. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Pence rounds the corner and is headed home. And the run is in from second as they're on the board for the first time, 4-1 now. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. In there, and it's 0-1. A runner at first with no outs here. I think I'd take that one too. It's 0-2 now. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off. That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He was fortunate he just fouled it off.
Another one sent foul. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Murillo will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's the Panda now, Pablo Sandoval. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Hit hard on the ground towards second. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More from MLB Network Saturday Baseball after this. Digging in for his second at bat, Blair Jimenez. Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a ball sliced foul into the seats down the left field line.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see if he can settle in at all and make some adjustments, or if this start will continue to run downhill.
And they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through. With that, the inning opens with the Padres getting their leadoff man on base. Striding in once again, Jose Rondon. He reached on a single in his first try. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. On to Belt, and they turn to a double play. So digging in now, Stephen Wright. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Hit back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
That is a big hit right there. When you can help yourself out, a little two-out base hit, extends the inning, brings the top of the order up now.
Into the box, Carlos Asuaje. As a good changeup will get him to commit too early, and it's strike one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Ball hit on the ground here for the first baseman, Belt. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Padres leave 1, but they lead it 4-1. Here's Buster Posey now. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
The catcher, number 28.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And the pitch. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Alex Gordon. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Ready with the 1-0. Squared that one up just a little late. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Murillo coming in. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
How about him?
Stepping up now, Kris Stratton comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal, do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Giants. Now some action out in the Giants bullpen as they'll have both a left-hander and a right-hander get loose. Hit on the ground to short. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Now batting. Left fielder.
Digging in once again, Alex Murillo. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And a diving effort, but it's out of his reach, a foul ball. Adam Duvall will come in as the new third baseman now following the injury.
Third base. Number 23, Adam Duvall.
A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
He couldn't quite catch up to that one. He needs to get his foot down and see the fastball out of his hand.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Here's Will Myers. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far, and looking to add to that here. Into the windup and the pitch. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Sliced hard on the ground. Gloved by LeMahieu. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So no runs. Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Rain continues to fall here in the 6th. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And that's going to land foul.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
Ball 1.
You know, he's throwing the ball so good today. He didn't get that pitch right there, but he's been getting most of the calls around the plate.
And this is going to be a foul ball. Sent on the ground out to second. Asuaje comes up with it. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Hunter Pence. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
He's having a really good game. He's over 70% first pitch strike. When you get that first pitch strike, now it opens up the whole strike zone, and that's why a pitcher can dominate, and he's doing that in this game.
Hit to short. Rondon gloves it. Throw on to first, and Pence is turned away here for out number 2. Digging in and looking for more, Brandon Belt. A hit in 2 tries so far. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. 6th inning. 4-1 is our score. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And now a pitch on the way. Taken. Called strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 now. Curveball locks him up. Strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. Giants are down 1-2-3. They trail it 4-1. Digging in once again, Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah, we thought we might be seeing the end of the road for the starter, but clearly he's still in there for at least one more hitter.
Well, Matt, we'll see how this works out, but I think they figured with the righty coming up, it was worth sticking with him to keep the matchup advantage in their favor here.
This is line to left, and Gordon's there to take it in for the first out.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants bullpen. In now, Yonhervis Solarte. As he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. 50th pitch of the game on its way. And this is drifting foul back into the stands.
Well, they got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with a fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
Hard on the ground toward short. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Ready for another chance? Blair Jimenez. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
And you know, the heavy stuff has finally arrived. This has got to be the hardest rain we've seen all afternoon.
Stopped on the slide by LeMahieu. Touché, sir. Ready once again, Brandon Crawford. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just the single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. 1-1 home now to Crawford. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Sent on the ground out to second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. Standing in, Adam Duvall. He's newly entered into the ball game, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. He's fit to be tied after that one. It's 0-2.
Well, he got the leadoff guy in inning on a ground out, and now he's 0-2 to start this at bat. He looks really sharp so far to start the 7th.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Here comes another 0-2. Lifted in the air out to center field. Renfroe has it in his tracks. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Ready for another shot now. Buster Posey. Couple of singles to his credit thus far. And here's a ball hit in the air. Heading after it is Jankowski. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the. Corey Guerin gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Here now is Jose Rondon. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Ripped down the first base line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard. Throw won't get him.
He just smoked this ball right down the line. Take a look here. Hard to tell if it was fair or foul in real time, but you can see it flies right over the bag. Ump was all over it and made a great call.
Hit on the ground to short. There is Crawford. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Hit hard back up the middle. And a diving effort there, but will come up empty. It's a base hit. And a relay to the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, that's a big hit. It's late in the game. That puts you up 4 runs. What happens late in the game now with a 4-run lead? A grand slam can't beat you if you happen to give one up. That's a big run.
And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Oh, double play ball to second. 4, 6. He's out. 3. It's a double play, and the inning is over. Padres able to pick up 1 on a couple of hits. 8th inning coming up. Padres lead it 5-1. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. On the ground up the middle. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the 2 starting pitchers in the game, and the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen. Not too many hits to go around at this point in the ball game. Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. And now a pitch on the way. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
And when a guy starts leaving the curveball up, That's a sign he's beginning to tire a little bit out there. He's got to be able to get on top of that pitch or he's going to start getting hurt.
Now he bounces a knuckleball up to the plate for a ball. Liner towards second, but right to the second baseman, and that's the second out. Joe Panic will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 12, Joe Panic.
And a fastball's in there for strike one. He'll enter play down at an even 240 for the year. 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. 1-1.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll. He can't let it upset him. Just get back in the groove right here.
Now a curveball's in there. 1-2 now.
Well, that fooled him right there. Clearly, he was not sitting on that curveball. He couldn't pull the trigger.
Line toward right center. That gets down, and the inning continues. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Well, it isn't exactly earth-shattering, but when you struggle like they have at the plate all day, you take any extra base hit that you can get. If they can string together a few at-bats like that, they're going to get right back into this thing.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He's gone hitless
on the mound so far.
In there, no balls and a strike. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Played on the backhand. And the off-balance throw is right there for the 3rd out. And a high degree of difficulty on that one as the side is retired. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More of MLB Network. Lou Machado is on out of the bullpen now as he gets to work in his 60th game of the season. Now at the plate, Alex Murillo. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8. That's lifted the other way out to left. Gordon is there. He's got it 1 away.
First baseman, number 4.
Digging in to try it again, Will Myers. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And a breaking ball that's chopped foul at the plate. It's 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the 2nd out.
Number 10, Hunter Renfroe.
Digging in, Hunter Renfroe. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Here comes the first pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. Pence has a read on it. And that retires the side. Takes just 4 pitches to retire the Padres. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9. Into the windup and the pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
Action now in the Padre bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's getting loose out there. takes this the other way to right. Jankowski is there. One quick out to start inning number 9.
And a reminder, we'll have post-game highlights from the ball game downtown immediately after we say our goodbyes from Petco Park.
Brandon Belt stands in as he looks at a called strike.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Belt on his way to second. And he is in at second base with a one-out double.
He obviously didn't let last night's hitless outing get to his head too much, because that's his second.
Brandon Crawford.
Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And we're going to have a pitching change as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. Jesse Hahn answers the call from dugout as he'll try to record the final 2 outs of this one. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And this is drifting foul back into the stands. And a hard sinker there, chopped foul at home plate. Ready with another 0-2. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
Man, they've really had his number so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Adam Duvall is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
Throw to first here will be in time to record the final out, and the Padres run their winning streak to 5 in a row now as this ball game is over.
Well, just another day at the office for these guys. That stretches their winning streak to 5, and they're playing well in all 3 phases of the game. Pitching, fielding, and hitting. Who knows how long this will last.
5-1 the final total in today's game. Stephen Wright hangs win number 11 on his line, turning in 8 1/3 of quality work. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
Final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious San Diego Padres. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Giants, 1 run on 6 hits.